Hello and very welcome everyone to this session of the current affairs. In today's session, we are going to discuss the current affairs of 26th December 2024. So let's start and see what are the things we can learn from this day and what are the things we can add into our notebooks. So before we start, these are the topics I got covered for you in this session. So I have got international news, national news, state news, banking and finance news, important days, defense news, appointments and resignations, and obituary. So we will talk about them one by one. So let's start our session and see what are the important things we can add into our notebooks. Before we start, the images used in our slide deck are for educational purpose only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So first news that we have with us is a horrifying news, that is the horror unfolds. Azerbaijan airline crashes in Kazakhstan. So basically, I hope you know about these two countries, the Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan, as Kazakhstan is famous and also known as the largest landlocked country. And the common thing between these two countries is that both the countries touches the Caspian Sea. And recently, the COP29 was also organized in Azerbaijan. So now let's come back to the news. So basically, the news is that airlines that was going from Azerbaijan to Russia was crashed in Kazakhstan. So let's see what we can learn from this. So an Azerbaijan Airlines Embraer 190 jet crashed near the city of Aktau in Kazakhstan after being rerouted due to heavy fog. So because of the because of the weather conditions, the airlines was rerouted, and because of which the accident happened of this particular airlines. The plane was traveling from Baku in Azerbaijan to Grozny in Russia, carrying 62 passengers and 5 crew members. And the emergency landings resulted in several passengers being injured. A passenger captured footage documenting the chaotic scenes before and after the mishaps, highlighting the dangers of rerouting and air travel emergencies. If we talk about any casualties, so far we have particularly got this news. The news was coming that approximately 38 people died in this particular crash, and others were injured. So do remember that airlines that is from Embraer 190 jet crashed in Kazakhstan. Another news that is coming from Tonga. So Tonga elects Isaac Walu-Eke as the new prime minister. So if we talk about Tonga, first of all, remember that Tonga is a country that you can find on the eastern side of Australia in the Pacific Ocean. And recently they got their new prime minister, that is Mr. Isaac Walu-Eke. So whenever you find these type of news, always try to understand and try to get the thing that where you can find these countries. So Tonga is a country that you will find on the eastern side of Australia in the Pacific Ocean. So Tonga's parliament elected veteran politician Isaac Walu-Eke as the new prime minister. The election follows the abrupt resignation of former prime minister Siaozi Sovalene. The politician transition occurs amidst significant challenges, including strained monarchy-government relations and economic hardships. The new leadership aims to address the aftermath of natural disasters and other pressing issues. So do remember when we are talking about Tonga, so Tonga elects Isaac Walu-Eke as the new prime minister recently. And where you can find Tonga? You can find Tonga on the eastern side of Australia in Pacific Ocean. PM Modi launches Can Betwa River linking project. So those of you who don't know about Can and Betwa, so I like to add some points here. First of all, do remember that we have a tributary of Ganga that is called Yamuna. And when we talk about Yamuna, so Yamuna is the largest tributary of Ganga. And there are some other tributaries of Yamuna as well. And those tributaries are Chambal, Betwa, and Can rivers. And basically, when we are talking about Chambal, Betwa, and Can, so all the three rivers majorly flows in the central part of India, that is Madhya Pradesh, and they all merge into Yamuna. So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation stone for the Ken Betwa River Linkage Project. The project aims to address sewer water scarcity issues in the Bundelkhand region. So, basically, Bundelkhand region you can find is on the southwestern side of Uttar Pradesh, where you can find a Jhansi area that touches the Madhya Pradesh area. So, basically, in this region, there is a scarcity of water, and because of which this linking project, this river linking project, will help this area. It will channel excess water from the Ken River in Madhya Pradesh to the Betwa, benefiting around 4.4 million people in 12 districts of Madhya Pradesh and 2.1 million in 10 districts of Uttar Pradesh. With an estimated cost of 44,605 crore, the project will also generate hydropower and solar energy, improving the region's overall development. So, those of you who are thinking that how it can provide solar energy, so basically, the floating water solar projects are common thing in India these days, as we also have the largest solar floating water project in Omkareshwar Dam already. And apart from that, we will also build some other solar power projects and floating power projects in this region. So do remember that the Ken Betwa River linking project was launched recently by Mr. Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India. Glass child syndrome, the silent struggle of siblings. So, glass child syndrome refers to the emotional and psychological challenges faced by siblings of children with chronic illness or disabilities. The term highlights the often overlooked needs of these healthy siblings. Despite their own struggles, these siblings are expected to quietly navigate the complexities of a family focused on the high needs child. Alicia Maples, a speaker and advocate, drew attention to this issue in her 2010 TEDx talk, describing how these children can feel invisible in their families. So, do remember that the glass child syndrome is a particular type of emotional and psychological challenges faced by the siblings of children with chronic illness and disabilities. So basically, they are talking about those particular children who have some particular type of disabilities and how they feel lonely and particularly how they feel ignored in their families. So all this is all about the glass child syndrome. Indore Airport launches waste processing unit in green initiative. Recently, I would like to add here one point that the indigenously made uh, waste product management project was launched in India also, and that was launched in Gorakhpur in Uttar Pradesh. So Indigo's CSR initiative, Indigo Reach, launched the Zero Waste Airport project at Indore Airport. The project is in partnership with the Airport Authority of India, AAI, and AAS Foundation, Indore. It aims to create a sustainable and eco-friendly airport by utilizing the 4R strategy: reduce, reuse, recycle, and recover. The initiative focuses on reducing the environmental impact of airport operations through behavior change, stakeholders engagement, and training. So do remember that Indore Airport launches the waste processing unit in green initiative and along with the Indigo CSR initiative. Lozar festivities illuminate Ladakh with culture and unity. So Ladakhi Lozar, marking the new year in the Tibetan calendar, is celebrating with great enthusiasm across Ladakh. So do remember, Ladakhi Lozar is a kind of a new year in Tibetan culture, and basically it is being celebrated in Ladakh. The festival is deeply rooted in the region culture and heritage, promoting reflection and community bonding. This year's celebration coincides with Christmas and New Year's, creating a grand and inclusive festive atmosphere. Lozar serves as a time for preserving Ladakhi traditions and fostering unity among the community. So, do remember that Lozar festivities illuminate Ladakh with culture and unity. So, Lozar is a kind of a New Year celebration that is done under the Tibetan calendar. Dr. Ambedkar Samman Yojana. So recently, the Aam Aadmi Party, led by Arvind Kejriwal, introduced the Dr. Ambedkar Samman Yojana. The scheme aims to support scheduled students pursuing higher education abroad. So basically, those students who belongs to the scheduled castes and they are particularly pursuing the education abroad. So to help them financially, this scholarship program is launched by the government of Delhi. The announcement was made just before the Delhi Assembly elections. The initiative is linked with the legacy of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar vision of educational empowerment for marginalized communities. So do remember that Dr. Ambedkar Samman Yojana was launched in Delhi. Recently, Mahila Samman Yojana was also launched, in which monthly 2100 rupees will be granted to the women who are eligible for this particular financial help. And under this particular thing, after the elections, this thing will be provided to all the women. So do remember, Dr. Ambedkar Samman Yojana is launched in New Delhi. ADB to lend US dollar 500 million to India for sustainable infrastructure. On December 2024, the Government of India and the Asian Development Bank signed a memorandum of $500 million loan agreement. The loan supports sustainable infrastructure projects aligned with India's climate goals. Funds will be channeled through the Indian Infrastructure Finance Company Limited for green projects in energy transition, urban development, education, and healthcare. This partnership emphasizes long-term investment in environmentally sustainable infrastructure, reinforcing India's commitment to net zero emission. So recently, ADB is doing a lot of work in terms of infrastructure development in India. Apart from that, also doing for the betterment of the ecosystem in terms of zero emission of carbon. And apart from that, in the fields like education, healthcare, urban development, and all these things, the ADB is particularly doing a lot of things in terms of India and also in energy production. And ADB is a bank that is headquartered in Manila, Philippines. Tribute to Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya on his birth anniversary. So on the 162nd birth anniversary of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya, Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid a heartfelt tribute. Malviya was a freedom fighter and educationist known for his contribution to India's independence and establishment of Banaras Hindu University. Remember, Banaras Hindu University was founded on 4th of February 1916, and this was the place where for the first time after Mahatma Gandhi came back to India, gave the first speech ever. And apart from that, do remember that it was only Mr. Madan Mohan Malviya who signed on the Pune Pact from the Mahatma Gandhi's side. That pact was signed between Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar and Mahatma Gandhi, and from Mahatma Gandhi's side, the pact was signed by Mr. Madan Mohan Malviya. The Prime Minister expressed admiration for Malviya's lifelong commitment to education. Malviya is remembered as a constant source of inspiration for generations. So do remember, Mr. Madan Mohan Malviya's birth anniversary was on 25th of December, and it was the 162nd birth anniversary. International Day of Epidemic Preparedness. So International Day of Epidemic Preparedness is observed annually on 27th December. This day serves as a global reminder of the importance of investing in public health systems to prevent, detect, and respond to infectious disease outbreaks. Established by the United Nations General Assembly in 2020. As we know that in 2020, the corona was a kind of an epidemic that hit the world. And in that year, particularly, this day was particularly recognized. So do remember 27 December is the International Day of Epidemic Preparedness. The day highlights the need for resilient healthcare systems and collaborative international efforts to address health threat effectively. Celebrating Good Governance Day, honoring Atal Bihari Vajpayee's legacy. So, Good Governance Day, also known as Sushashan Divas, is observed annually on 25th December in India, and that is the birth anniversary of the former Prime Minister of our country, that is Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. And if we talk about him, so his birthday every year is celebrated as Good Governance Day. The day is dedicated to raising awareness about the importance of accountability in government. It marks the birth anniversary of late Atal Bihari Vajpayee, one of India's most revered leaders and former Prime Minister. The observance honors Vajpayee's legacy and contribution to good governance. So do remember, Good Governance Day is basically falls on 25th December, and 25th December is also the birth anniversary of Madan Mohan Malviya ji. Defense Ministry launches Rashtra Parv website and app on Good Governance Day. So on December 25th, 2024, Defense Secretary Rajesh Kumar Singh launched the Rashtra Parv website and mobile app. The launch commemorates the birth anniversary of former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee and marks Good Governance Day. Developed by the Ministry of Defense, the platform aims to provide a transparent and citizen-centric approach to organizing key national events. Events such as Republic Day, Beating Retreat, and Independence Day will benefit from better accessibility and information sharing through this initiative. So do remember, if we are talking about the Republic Day, so all these events will be particularly coming under this kind of application launch and website launch, and that was done by the Defense Secretary, that is Rajesh Kumar Singh, and that is the Rashtra Parv website and mobile app. Arunish Chawla appointed as the new Revenue Secretary in Finance Ministry. Arunish Chawla, a senior IAS officer of 1992 batch from Bihar cadre, has been appointed as the new Revenue Secretary. This follows the vacancy created after Sanjay Malhotra's appointment as RBI Governor. Chawla will take charge from Ajay Seth, who had been handling the additional responsibility of Revenue Secretary. The Cabinet Appointments Committee confirmed that Chawla will continue to hold the additional charge of the Ministry of Culture until a regular incumbent is appointed. So do remember that Arunish Chawla has been appointed as the new Revenue Secretary in Finance Ministry, and he will be replacing Ajay Seth, who has been given the additional charge of Revenue Secretary. President appoints new governors for 5 states. So President Srimati Draupadi Murmu announced the appointment of 2 new governors and reassigned 3 others across 5 states. The reshuffle aims to reorganize governance and address political and administrative challenges. The respective states involved: Kerala, Bihar, Odisha, Manipur, and Mizoram. The strategic move is intended to strengthen leadership in regions facing political unrest, administrative challenges, and security concerns. And if we talk about the president appointment of governor, so do remember that the governor is appointed by the president of our country in the states. And do remember that under 7th Amendment 1956, a governor can be appointed for 2 or more states. A single governor can be appointed for 2 or more states. And apart from that, the governor will work till the pleasure of the president. To become the governor, the two very important requirements are there. One is that he must be the citizen of India, and another one is that he must have completed 35 years of age. And apart from that, there is a provision of pleasure of president. Till the pleasure of president, the governor works on in any particular state. M.T. Vasudevan Nair, creator of timeless classics, passed away. M.T. Vasudevan Nair, popularly known as M.T., was a celebrated writer, screenwriter, and filmmaker. Born in 1933 in Kudalur, Kerala, he created a unique niche in Malayalam literature and cinema. His work explored human emotions and intricacies of rural life, resonating deeply with both the common man and intellectuals. M.T.'s passing at the age of 91 marks the end of an era, leaving behind a monumental legacy in Indian literature and cinema. So do remember that particularly if we talk about M.T. Vasudevan Nair, so creator of timeless classics, passed away. And that's it in this session, guys. I hope you learned a lot of things with me in this session and gained a great knowledge. And I will meet you in the next session in which we will discuss some more current affairs and some more knowledgeable facts. Until the time we meet, bye bye. Take care, everyone, and see you soon.